Hey guys, it's Fyrie. Welcome back to my channel. And well, Happy New Year to everyone. It's been a while. I couldn't do any videos during the holidays, and just a week started to pass. I was so eager to do more videos during the free time, but I was just so busy. And in the new year, well, during the holidays, I was pushing every task. So in January, everything just happened all at once. I started a new job and everything. So I got quite busy, maybe even a little bit too busy. I took on too many tasks. So we will see how it will go from here. But I hope I can do videos now as well, even though my free time is much less now. But I do really enjoy creating and filming it, so I hope you do as well. I wanted to talk a little bit about the painting process because I've been planning this type of painting for such a long time, and the idea behind this painting was to try out if I'm able to recreate a food picture just as in Studio Ghibli movies. I don't know if you have the same experience as I do, but whenever I'm watching Studio Ghibli movies and the food scenes come on the screen, I just get so hungry. They look so good all the time. I just want to eat them. And in my mind, these foods are the most delicious in the world. And probably this is why I'm so excited to try all sorts of Eastern food. Also, the tastes are really suitable for my taste buds. And I wanted to see if I'm able to recreate something like this. See how it goes with my hands, with my painting skills. And I have to say, I think the buns look so delicious in my painting. You will see it when we get there. I'm putting this voiceover in the beginning of the video, so you will have to watch until the buns if you want to see what I'm talking about. I had a hard time painting the cats. I don't think it turned out the way I imagined it. It's so hard to paint a black cat. Like, you cannot put really details on them because they're all black, and when you're using white, it just kind of looks unnatural. So I'm a bit sad about that part, but the food and maybe the drinks, actually the tea set looks a little bit childish in my opinion. The reference image was with these big dots, but I think it would have looked a little bit better with like some smaller decorations on the ceramics because it's a bit overwhelming with the reds and the white dots. And of course the outside part that was not included on the reference picture. I kind of had to come up with something, so that was just like a freestyle thing, but it turned out quite natural, I think, because on the picture I will actually include the picture here so you can see. I don't want to hide it, like everything that I come up with is from my mind, because it's not. Like, artists do use reference picture, and some non-artists get this as like, oh my god, you are cheating. Like, no, I'm not cheating. Like, it's so hard from your mind to paint, and actually you don't always have to do it. Like, most of the artists use reference images. It's such in the practice, like, you cannot replicate life without seeing life. So I will put somewhere here the reference image, and you can see that in the window there are some, I'm not sure how it's called in English, to be honest, like frost on the window, so nothing is really visible, and I thought it would be a bit nicer to paint something there, so it just gives a bit better vibe. So the cold outside and the warm inside with the hot tea and the freshly baked buns would make a good contrast. The overall piece turned out quite okay, I think. I'm not in love like I was with the kitchen cat. You can see that video on my profile if you haven't seen that. I loved that painting so much. The whole process was kind of, I got into a trance and I forgot I was painting because I was having so much fun. Here I kinda had to force myself painting and I had to take a lot of breaks. I'm not sure why. Maybe because I was just not in the mood, but I wanted to try it. It's really hard to always be in the mood for painting because someone just cannot be creative all the time. But I did have some fun, so it's not like I was suffering and I was forcing myself the whole time. So that's all what I wanted to say about this painting. I think I'm getting a bit better with gouache each time I'm using it. I now have like a whole routine how I keep the paints from drying out while I'm using it, and it's like contacting the air. It could dry out so easily, and when I want to use like dried out paint, it's so much harder to mix it with other colors, and also it's better if it's like in a wet consistency because gouache should be like that when you're using it. So maybe I will make a video about that too, so you know what I do, or you can correct me if I'm doing something wrong. I just want to do everything how it's the most convenient, you know. And one other thing that I wanted to mention, even ask if you know gouache, like, it's like an opaque medium. Opaque? Yes, opaque, sorry. It's like an opaque medium, so you can layer the colors on top of each other. And I think these are pretty good quality paints, so you can really make some amazing piece with it. But I had a problem with the whites, so sometimes when I was using a dark color, and of course, dark and then on white, it's just not the best combination. But sometimes I want to like make some areas whiter, or maybe I forgot to put there something, and I noticed that the white is not so strong, so sometimes after it dries I can still see the underlayer, and even if I go over it like many times, I can still sometimes see it. And my question, is it the paint or all gouache is like this? So should I invest in some higher quality gouache, try them out, maybe just buy a white separately to use that instead of this white? To be honest, the white is the paint that I use the most, so I'm already halfway through the white. If you know any good brands of gouache that I should buy, please write me a comment. I'm really interested. And if you have any tips on using the whites as highlights in their best ways, I would love to hear your opinion. Anyways, that's all I wanted to say about the painting process, and I hope that you will enjoy the rest of the video. So, if you reach this end of the video, you are amazing, because when I was editing, I could not make it shorter. I tried to cut out the boring parts and make it much faster, so I speed it up like 500 times the normal speed to try to make it shorter. I have no idea how long the original video footage was, but it was crazy long. Editing this was probably the longest thing compared to the previous videos that I did. So you are amazing if you made it through here, and I hope you enjoy the process. If you have any comments on what should I improve or which part did you like, then please give me a comment, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye bye!